Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you get to ask our founder, Justin Belobaba, your questions, and he will give you all the answers. We have some corporate updates for you all before we get started. So we're going to start out with those corporate updates. We have an amazing GEM program that's happening in the footer of your Royaltie webpage. Make sure that you go ahead and check out the program. Oh, there was a bit of an echo, but we stopped it. So make sure that you check out that GEM program and share it with anyone who you think would be a great recipient of grant education and marketing. You can find out all of that information, like I said, in the footer of the website labeled GEM program. We're super excited about it. And we will also be announcing the recipients of our first GEM program, right? Very, very shortly. So we're very excited about that. We are also running an amazing promo right now. How many people are excited about the promo? I know that I am. Make sure that you put it in the comments. So there is an opportunity with the promo to earn 100% commissions from January 1st until January 15th on all personal sales for new customers, right? If you're a Giraffe Club member, you also have the opportunity to earn 100% commissions. Details about that promo are right here on our Facebook page. So if you're watching us live or on the replay, if you scroll down on our Facebook page, you'll find all of the details about our January promo. I'm sure you can also email support@royaltie.com to find out the details on that promo. We have an amazing support team here that you can access by emailing support@royaltie.com and also logging into your account, where they will live video chat with you as well. So should I update them with the promo news, Justin?
Let's do it.
All right. So we are very, very excited to announce that we will be extending the promo until the 20th. So we are extending that promo until the 20th. So from the 1st until the 20th of January, right? All of those personal sales for new customers, 100% commissions. Make sure that you find the details, all the little details here on our Facebook page. You have all done an incredible job with this promo. Like, really, they should be super excited about it that we decided to extend it until the 20th. So make sure that you're sharing with everyone, letting them know that we are extending it now from the 1st until the 20th. So super excited for you all. I'm going to see if Justin has anything to add, and then we will get into the questions, of course.
I have nothing to add. Yeah, 20th. It's great. We're having a record start to the month of January. We're on track for this to be our biggest month ever. So we just thought let's keep it going. Right? This is great.
It is great. So feel free to ask your questions right here in the comments. We want to welcome all of our newest members, customers, and affiliates to Royaltie. Make sure that you're asking your questions to this platform is for everyone, where you get to ask our founder your questions. So feel free to put those questions in the chat. Everybody's very, very excited about the extension of that promo. We're
good
as well. Yeah.
And if you're new, welcome. Please, if you have what you think might be an obvious question, go ahead and ask it anyway. That's what we're here for.
For sure. Do we have a hotel for Miami yet? We were just discussing Miami. And we're going to provide you with information on Miami super soon, but you can go ahead and register for Miami by emailing support@royaltie.com, and you could also find the details at miamicontest.now.site. Right on. Oh, Paul had a question, but support answered it. Yep. David says, will it be possible to add video to our ads instead of just a picture or graphic? I'm going to bring Justin back up here for just a second. Kind of booted him off. Hi.
What happened? What did I miss?
I said, will it be possible to add video to our ads instead of just a JPEG or graphic?
Yeah, like sure. I mean, obviously that's possible, right? It's not a question of like, is it possible? It's a question of just priorities, right? And you know, when will we get to that? And look, you've we've talked about this before, but like just generally, um, what we are observing is only a very, very, very small percentage of our customers are investing in paid advertising, like above the sample that's included in the subscription, and that is because in general, independent business owners, they don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars to spend on advertising a month, which is why we are so focused on enabling content marketing, social media marketing, like marketing activities that don't have that incremental cost. So yes, we could do pay like video ads, but it's relatively it's lower priority than some other things that we think will be more valuable to more people. And by the way, even before we add video ads, which by the way are like much more expensive than still ads, because they occupy like the whole screen, right, for a period like 6 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, right? So they're much more expensive. Before we do that, there's things that we want to do in advertising that we think would be even more valuable, like remarketing or retargeting, depending on your terminology, same thing, which is allowing you to continue to show ads to people who visit your website, right? So someone visits a website, I drop a cookie on their browser, and then I can, retarget them with my ad as they browse other sites, 15 times, 20 times, whatever you want, right? Like, and that's a way to kind of build brand awareness, drive people back to your site. So, I would expect that before we get into video advertising, where I mean, it's a nice thing, but I think the uptake will be low. I think that there's more value in like remarketing. So we'll probably do that first, but there's even more value in a whole bunch of other priorities.
Thanks, Justin. Sharon says, a potential customer asked me today, what platform are the pages published on? YouTube ? Pages? I'm not sure.
Pages. I'm not sure. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Please clarify so we can answer.
Justin ghosted us. No, he went back. Would it be possible to have the choice of associating a list with a landing page at the time of its construction?
So when you build a landing page, a list is automatically created for you.
Yeah.
So if I have, I don't know, like Justin's fitness club, right, as a landing page, then automatically in my contact section, there will be a Justin's Fitness Club list. And so as people sign up on my landing page, they will be added automatically to that list. And then I can, trigger, my email newsletter would go to that list, or any other kind of email campaigns that I build and associated with that landing page would go to that list as well. So that happens automatically for you.
Right on. Saying he's getting confused when the system creates a list for a thank you page or a page where there's only one video where he doesn't need a list.
Yeah, we just do that automatically.
Mm-hmm. When is this?
Like, I don't think it hurts anything. Just ignore it.
When is the CRM going to be updated for importing client info?
You can import now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to your contacts and right at the top of the screen, click import. Yep. And you can import. You can also, by the way, and that will enable an import of like a CSV. And if virtually every other program out there, you can export a CSV. So whatever, just export your contacts, into a CSV and then import it into our system. That's pretty easy. You can also on the mobile app, if you don't have it, you should get it. Royaltie app. You can import your contacts from your iPhone or from your Android phone automatically. So those are a few different ways to get your contacts in.
Thomas is saying, I've noticed that ad analytics on the ad itself are not updating in real time.
They should be, no, they're not real time. No, they're every like 24 hours is what it should be.
Should be every 24 hours, saying that support states every 3 or 4 days, but it's like every 24 hours, right?
Yeah, it should be like every 24 hours.
Matthew says, have not seen any software updates since AI. I mean, it's beautiful how many updates there have been last year. Are you slowing down or what's next?
We're not slowing down. No, oh my gosh. Like we've done lots. I mean, we haven't released a major feature, if that's what you mean. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we just released like a ton of like, massive changes November 23rd. And so, December was kind of like consolidating that. We really were working on like, behind the scenes stuff like SEO optimization, performance, various areas of the platform perform, but it's not, I mean, I'm not saying it's like the world's fastest platform, but there were, we addressed some of the most, important performance areas. There's still obviously some that we need to address, like contacts, like login, but we beefed up the performance. We also, what else did we do? We did a bunch of work on supporting foreign languages for content. That's important. I mean, that's not something you're gonna, see or really kind of appreciate necessarily if you're, English only, but I know worldwide that's a big deal. And so we'll be able to roll out, content in other languages soon, like in the next week or so. We had to update our whole pricing thing and get rid of the free trial, right? So we did that. That was a lot. And now getting into this month, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but we have started on our our goal of making hundreds of small improvements to all the features that we have. So that started. You may not notice it because they're small, right? And we're not gonna we don't announce each tiny little thing we do, but you will kind of, we'll talk about the most major, relatively small improvements as they happen. The metadata on your landing pages now works well. We did. There's a fix that we're putting in on mobile, so that when you text your landing pages, that works, even better. Anyway, there's tons of things. Oh man, we are not slowing down. If anything, like our development team is, we've added 5 new people since October. 5 software engineers. So our rate of innovation and development is going to increase. Now, you're not going to see everything, or you're not going to notice everything, right? But believe me, yeah, we are full steam ahead here.
This is from Howard. He's wondering about subcategory online marketing versus subcategory of royalty. Will the posts be the same or different?
Yeah, probably similar. Mm-hmm. But if you adjust your keywords, then the content will also adapt over time. But again, right? Like, why would it be like, why would royalty or online marketing deliver similar content? Because remember, marketing is really not about, your specific product, right? It's about attracting interest in your overall business category, right? And royalty is obviously, it's all about online marketing. So I wouldn't anticipate a big difference there.
How about German AI content?
Yep. Yep, just said that I expect in the next week or so we'll be able to launch that.
Could you go over how you would describe the royalty marketing platform to a potential customer, the how, why, and who it's for?
Sure. So the reason why we exist is because like online marketing is extremely important, first of all. There's never been a bigger group of customers anywhere in the history of the world than online today. So it's a big deal. And the 500 million solopreneurs or self-employed or independent business owners out there, only about 1% are really are marketing online effectively. And the main reason is complexity. It is very difficult today before us, right, to go and first of all know what I need, right, like all of the tools, right, that I need to market online, find the best ones, right, because there's no one, before us there was no one solution. Like I would have to get a website built in Wix or WordPress. I'd have to get an email marketing solution. I'd need something to help me do my blog. I need to, someone to help me with my search engine optimization. I need to plug in some kind of like customer relationship management tool to keep track of my leads. I would need, Google Analytics to track, the performance of my site. I would, probably want to advertise online. I would need a social marketing presence. I would need content to post on social media. So it's like a lot of stuff, right? And these are all, siloed, right? Like WordPress does one thing, MailChimp does one thing, Hootsuite does one thing, Google does, analytics and ads. And, so it's all very siloed. It's all very disjointed. And for an independent business owner, where do I start? Like, how do I get all these things? How do I get them talking together? So the complexity is the reason why so many, like millions and millions and millions of independent business owners are not marketing online. So we recognize that huge problem. We've spent the last I don't know, year and a half or so building all of the tools in one place, integrating them. Now, in the last couple months, we've added automation and we've added artificial intelligence, mainly in the form of like machine learning driven artificial intelligence, to take the guesswork out, right? So for someone who has never marketed online before, they get a complete professional online marketing presence right out of the gates that covers all the most proven strategies. And the more they use the product, the smarter the product will get and the better results we can help them achieve. So that's why we exist, to help, we hope hundreds of millions of independent business owners market online professionally and grow their businesses.
Thanks, Justin. This question is, can we in the future have different folders for landing pages or be able to sort landing pages?
Yep, that is on the list of, one of the like hundreds of like minor improvements that will take our platform from very good to excellent.
Why don't we can't, hold on, import documents directly from our drive and having a folder also with documents we use to publish?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Me either.
But we've actually built a file sharing system. There is a file sharing system inside our platform. It works very much like Dropbox. So if you have like a team of people that you want to share presentations or links or scripts or really anything, you can do that in our platform. It's something we don't talk very much about, but it's pretty cool.
Will we be able to export contacts to a CSV file?
Yeah, that's also on the list of minor improvements that we will make, like over the next, I mean, we're never going to be done, right? We're never going to be done making, small improvements to continue to optimize the platform. Like we are at the beginning of like this, never-ending journey of like making everything better and better. So that is absolutely on the list.
Will we eventually be able to post to Instagram?
Oh yeah, totally. So we talk about this every time. So you can take if you have over 1,000 followers, then you can post links on Instagram. So you can do that today. We just don't give you like a button to do that because if we did just provide like a Instagram sharing button, that would be frustrating to most people who don't have 1,000 followers. And we don't want to frustrate people if we can avoid it. We sometimes do it, but not on purpose. So in the future, we will integrate through to the various social media platforms like via APIs, so we can pull back like way better, way more detailed analytics about how your social marketing posts are performing, like likes and shares and comments and neat stuff like that. Part of that is we'll also be able to pull back and we'll know how many followers you have, and so we will then give the option to share a content post on Instagram to people who have enough followers to share the link, but not give that option to people who aren't yet there. So that's the longish term solution, like in the next, I don't know, like 4 to 6 months. In the meantime, you can absolutely, grab the link that we generate for you and share it yourself on Instagram.
Yeah. A question about Ashburn.
Good old Ashburn, Virginia. We should all, what we should do? We should do an event there. So everyone wants to know why their analytics show clicks from Ashburn, Virginia, but I'm not running my ad in Ashburn, Virginia, right? There must be a problem. No, there's no problem. Your ad is running where you think it's running, but not all of your clicks come from, your ad. I hope, because like that would be terrible. That would mean that you're not using the entire platform. Like you should be getting clicks from, all of your posts on social media from your audience, that, extends across North America, around the world, right? Also, part of search engine optimization is being available, like having your site be, indexable, crawlable by Google's bots, right? So, Google, like they literally like crawl the entire internet on a ongoing basis, right? And that is part of what makes you discoverable in a Google search. So, Google, they're like they will their crawlers or their bots will show up as clicks on your landing page. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means that you're being indexed by Google and you will be more discoverable in the future. One location is Ashburn, Virginia. So all that means, if you see Ashburn, Virginia, or you see like Mountain View, California, that is Google crawling your site, indexing your site, which is great because it means that in the future you will be easier to find in a Google search result.
Thanks, Justin. In social marketing, will it be possible to remove the sign up section on some posts to avoid resistance to build likability?
Oh, yeah, you can just grab if you just want to like, share content, then click view content and you'll see the source that we're redirecting to, CNN.com or New York Times or whatever. And then you just grab that link and post it yourself. Like our goal is to help you drive traffic to your landing page and generate leads. We are going to be introducing like posts, like more like image posts in your feed of suggestions. We will be introducing image posts that may not be business related, right? Like they may be humorous, they may be seasonal, they may be inspirational, they may be whatever, right? And so we know that part of marketing on social media is not just business article. It's also making building the your likability factor, right? And so we will also help you do that. But in the meantime, if there's an article that you just want to share, click view content. It'll open up the link, copy the link, and just share it yourself on social media. That's cool.
Question: when you're sharing your landing page or email to your team, are you sharing it with members of your downline like the team? Can we do that? Or is it one by one entry?
I'm sorry?
So when you share your landing page and you share with your team, is that like You're
So
down.
you can, okay, so you can build a team inside the platform, not just royalty, right? Like you can, if you're a real estate office, you can have your fellow real estate agents, on the platform, and you can build a team so you guys can collaborate and share files and chat and do all kinds of cool stuff. If you've built a team in the platform, you can then share your landing pages, your, posts, your email campaigns with your team all at once. So go ahead and try that out.
Yeah. And sorry, I'm having a sick moment. But yeah, when you share with your team, it's not like your downline or the people that you brought into royalty. You build that team. Does CSV import allow us to choose our own fields?
Yes.
Oh, can you
Try it.
do that? Hold on. Trying to think of a question, but my throat hurts. Your upline. Try tweaking your ad. Sorry. Our .now site will be indexable eventually by keyword.
Yes. Yes. And so the only thing to remember is we don't control Google, right? And Google does not index everything instantly. It can take like several weeks for Google to, you know, make their way to your site. Okay. So not something we control. The sites are indexable, they are discoverable. They are configured optimally. You've got a title, you've got a description, like all the metadata is exactly the way that we want it. But it doesn't happen overnight. And by the way, search engine optimization is not a battle that is won or lost instantly. This is something that takes, weeks, months, years to, build, right? Based on, backlinks and fresh content on your site and optimizing, your head, your title, your description, your keywords. All of that happens over time. But when you've got like a high ranking page, that's a very valuable asset, but it doesn't happen instantly.
Right on. Thanks, Justin. Can you change your URL with different videos? I don't understand that one. Can you change your URL with different videos?
Can you change your URL with different videos?
I don't know what that means, Susan. If you can elaborate. Am I missing something?
Let me just see here. I saw a question from Robert Goldsmith. What was it? He was
Sorry.
No results for Robert Goldsmith. You know what I'm going to do, Robert? Since you say it hasn't worked, I keep holding on to the fact that it may work someday. It only cost me money. Please help why my program is not working. Okay, so I'm looking at your account right now, my friend, and I see that you've got about 10,000 ad impressions a month. So you should get, like this month you've had so far about 5,000 impressions. So that's looking good. 57 clicks. So if you're not converting those leads, I would definitely look at your landing page. You should be like on 57 clicks. I would expect about, like a 10% conversion rate. So like 5 leads, right? If that's not happening for you, I would absolutely look at your landing page and see how you can like optimize it, right? To get more opt-ins. Let's look at social marketing more importantly. Oh, okay. You posted on August 13th and August 16th and nothing since. Okay. So, yeah, look, you're going to generate, you're not going to generate very many leads if you don't use the platform. So my advice would be to definitely start using the product. I hope that helps.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. If we put YouTube videos in our blog section, is that considered a backlink if someone clicks on it?
If someone clicks on what?
If we put YouTube videos in our blog section, is that considered a backlink?
Well, YouTube, no, because YouTube doesn't link to you. It's like a backlink is an external website that links to your website, right? It links back to you. So YouTube, that's like I mean, what you're doing is you're kind of creating a backlink to YouTube, right? You're linking out, right? The key to backlinks are when they link to you, right?
Mhm.
So a great way to create backlinks is to use our social marketing, content marketing, right? Like every time you post, you generate like a new, either clickable image post, or you post, a content piece either that we suggest or you create yourself. Those are all URLs that exist on the internet that you're sharing on social media, and they all link back to your landing page. So every time you use the social marketing feature, you're actually not only building your brand on social media, but you're also creating backlinks, which will over time help your search engine ranking.
Yeah. Our page is external, correct? It's just the question is, our page is external, correct?
I don't really understand what that means. It's a website that exists on the internet. So I'll say yes, but maybe you could clarify.
Yeah, you're saying so Google will not see our page as relevant that way? No, I'm confused. Can you elaborate on that one? You're probably asking questions when he's talking, but there's like a delay in when the question shows up. Checking for more questions. Yeah, the platform is simple. Great.
And I agree with you, Lucas. I think people do overthink it.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are trying hard, like every day, to kind of like, we look at, man, we get tons of like surveys, and believe me, we look at everything, like every reason why people come into Zoom support. We record and we analyze. We survey our customers constantly. So we are absolutely obsessed with understanding where the disconnects are, like how we can more clearly kind of communicate, everything that we do, right? Like from the onboarding to, so one of the things that we're going to add, hopefully this week, is they're called tool tips. Okay, so what that looks like is inside your account, next to landing pages, there'll be like a little question mark, and if you put your mouse over it, you'd get like a little, box that tells you what a landing page is. Right? And you're like, oh, okay, now I understand. Or email campaign, a little question mark in the corner. You mouse over it, and that will show you what an email campaign is inside your landing pages. What does it mean to add a footer? What does it mean to add a blog? Et cetera. So we've added like an onboarding series. We want to try to be much more communicative to the customer and answer their questions right when they come into their head without them having to email support, right? Because that kind of interrupts their flow. So it is look, I think it's a simple product. Of course, people will have their own, interpretations and, and views of what simple means. And what we're trying to do is understand as best we can where the stumbling blocks are for a new customer, and then refine the product to give them the right information in the right way at the right time.
So there's so Ron is trying to explain his question. He says, if we put YouTube videos in the blog, I understand we are backlinking to YouTube. But with that action, Google will not see our landing page as a relevant source.
Oh, hey, Ron, no. It's not one or the other, right? It's not like if you put a third-party site in your blog that doesn't hurt you. That helps you, by the way, right? It helps. So if I post an article from New York Times, let's say, in my blog, two things happen. Okay, it creates a backlink to New York Times, right? Which would raise, not that they need it, but it would raise, the New York Times's kind of, reputation and relevance, to Google. But it also helps you, right? Because a different factor that Google cares about is the extent that you're posting fresh content on your site. They reward sites that are actively maintained with fresh content. That will also raise your search engine ranking. Okay, so it's good for everybody. There's no downside. Okay, now separate from that, right? Separate from posting things on my blog, which makes my website look active with content and raises that, my search engine ranking for that reason. When I create a content post, I'm creating a URL that links back to my landing page, which also helps increase the relevance score of my landing page. So it's not one thing. And this isn't it's not like a zero-sum game where I lose, you win, I lose. We can both win, right? Like the more you post, the more backlinks you're creating, the more you add to your blog, the more, your kind of like relevance score increases. It's all good. It's all good things.
Thanks, Justin. This is from John. He says, how do you protect the email system reputation from users who send spam email, and how does it affect the rest of the users?
Yeah. Hey, John, great question. So that is probably the single biggest architecture. Well, no, it's in the top two major kind of behind the scenes things that we're working on right now. Okay, so what we did, I guess what we're doing is we are going to be rolling out, and you're not going to notice this in your experience as a customer. The user interface will look the exact same. But what will happen is we are going to start segmenting our users based on spam scores, right? Open rates, abuse complaints, etc. And the people that use email marketing the right way, right, and don't have lots of complaints and don't get flagged by spam filters, they will be organized into one pool, right, of IP addresses, right? So the people that do this the right way will be in one group, right? The people that do this the wrong way will be in another group, right? They'll be in the low reputation group. Now that's not irreversible. If you are after we put this in place, if you find yourself in the low reputation group, we can reset things, put you in our middle group, and give you another shot, right? There is no way. I'm sorry if I'm bursting anyone's bubble. There is no way for someone who is a spammer to stay out of spam. Spammers go to spam where they belong. Okay. What we can do, and what we are implementing this month, is to distinguish between the people that do it the right way and the people that are doing it the wrong way. And the people that do it the right way will be rewarded by going into the good high reputation group. Okay. And the people that do it the wrong way, whether you're with us or whether you're with Aweber, MailChimp, Constant Contact, doesn't matter. Spam's going to go to spam. And there's no one in the world that can change that until you, Mr. Spammer, change yourself. I hope that's helpful. But anyway, that is a huge behind the scenes project that we are working on, and I'm very, very pumped to release that this month.
Can you explain how the 10 minutes for $10 works?
Sure. So we know that customers who understand the platform really, really like it, and they stay with us for years, right? Like people who the two reasons why people cancel, the three reasons why people cancel. One of them is they just don't have any money, which is unfortunate, but we can't really do much about that as a business. The other two reasons are they have wildly unrealistic expectations of what's going to happen to their life in their first week or day or even month. And the other reason is they just never use the platform at all. So what we want to do is we want to get the chance to talk to people and say, welcome. And, this is how marketing works. And let me show you all the cool things that we can do. And let me answer your questions. And let me hopefully, set a realistic expectation for you. So it's valuable to us, and it's valuable obviously to to our affiliates to retain customers, and it's valuable to the customer as well to understand what to expect and how to use the platform. So it's good for everybody. Now, so we're happy to invest some time one-on-one with a new customer, and just to kind of give them an extra little incentive to come and meet. If they do that in their first week, if they click the button, join Zoom, say hello to us, let us give them a quick tour, we will take $10 off their second month bill. And that's it.
Would it be possible to be able to insert
one more time?
Would it be possible to be able to insert an quote unquote anchor in a landing page to project in a particular place of this landing page?
I don't follow.
I don't
Do you
follow.
understand? Can you explain that to me?
I don't understand what that person's saying either. To project in a particular place of this landing page? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't the keywords do that? Yes, I have it. It needs to be updated to it. Ladima. Okay. I think people are having side conversations. Okay, looking for more questions.
Yeah, Ladima wants to know if will we have good email campaigns that you can use so we're not going into the bad group. So the newsletter that we're starting with, right? That automated newsletter. There's nothing in the content that would cause any issues. What we obviously can't control is who you're sending it to, right? So let's say you do and this would be horrible, so please don't do this. You buy a list of people who don't know you load it into our system, and you add them to whatever, like the landing page A list, and then every time you have a blog post, you blast it out as a newsletter to those people that don't know you. Even with a great newsletter where the content is not going to trigger a spam filter, you've made the mistake of breaking the rules and emailing people that have not given their consent. So you will probably get a very low open rate. You will probably get abuse complaints or spam complaints or whatever, and you will end up in spam. So even with great email content, it will also depend significantly on who you're sending it to. Okay. And again, that's not in our control. There's no way for us to really police that, right? Do you really know this person? It's impossible. It would be just not allowing people to upload contacts, but that seems, that doesn't seem like the right approach either, right? Because most people want to do it the right way.
Hey, Christy, we talked about Instagram and link earlier in this video. Serena asks, if we have AI on a landing page, does it create the keywords for us?
Yes. Now, when you create a landing page, the keywords, we'll display them. That's another minor thing, is we'll display the preloaded keywords that we create. You can edit them. You can already edit, you can add new keywords right now, but we will show you the kind of preloaded background keywords that we have optimized for your industry and subcategory. So you'll be able to see that soon, hopefully, again, this week, next week. But yeah, they're already there.
Dean asks, will we be able to embed code in a page and use plugins?
Yeah, so that's also on the list of, things we want to do with landing pages. And so like every 2 weeks, like the way we organize our development is we work in 2 week sprints, right? So we know, here are the things we want to do in a given 2 week sprint. So it's not like the current sprint ends on Friday and then we'll start a new one on Monday. And it'll last 2 weeks. Will that particular feature make it in? Don't know, right? We kind of, we have a very long list and we prioritize and, we make decisions on, okay, we'll do this, 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 and this.
Yeah. Ladima said, would we get a warning email so we don't get put in the bad group? I'm scared about getting into the bad group. Oh.
Look, if you do things the right way, if you're emailing people that have opted in with an appropriate message, you have nothing to worry about. This is really about, it's not like 10% of you are going to be in like the good group and 90% are going to be in spam. It's going to be the opposite, right? Like this is really about like segregating the offenders from the vast majority of you that want to do things the way that they're meant to be done. So this isn't something to be too worried about. And look, if it like, I think what we are absolutely on your side. Okay. So, we'll put this new architecture in. Everyone will start to everyone will go into like the new group. We'll start to analyze the data. And if there's an issue, we'll work with you. Right. If you're making a good faith effort to try your best to do things the right way, we're not, we want you to succeed. We're not looking to punish anyone. Right. It's only the people that are misbehaving, right, and kind of ruining it for everybody else, that those guys will go into a different group.
So Colette is saying anchors are another word for tabs. So we have tabs soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the first tab that we built is obviously blog. So the first one's the hardest. So on that list of like relatively minor features is adding tabs. Absolutely.
Kimitha, who has a Girl Scout cookie email campaign, if it's for your specific account, Kimitha, get with support. Like Justin was saying, we're there to help you, not like keep you in the bad group of spam. So I would get into your account and go video chat with support. Serena says, how many keywords do you suggest typically for a page?
We start with 10. But, if you want to add a few more, and you'll be able to remove some as well, right? Like soon, like in the next week, I'm sure you'll be able to see everything that is like all the keywords that are associated with your page. They already exist. We're just not displaying them to you, which is, our bad, and we'll fix that. And if there's something that you see like that doesn't make sense for your business, then you'll be able to actually remove that keyword. And if you want to replace it, you can replace it with something else.
Will you be introducing a spam score feature to vet each email?
I'm sorry?
Will you be introducing a spam score feature to vet each email?
Each email, I think it'll be more like an overall score. But maybe I'll look into that. I'll see what, obviously we are not like we didn't build our own like whole like email platform. Like that's, we connect to an enterprise, grade email provider called SendGrid. And so I'll see, like, it's a good idea. I wonder if they have some kind of scoring tool that we can bring in.
Freddie says, what's the best use of the content page in our back office?
Oh, that's file sharing. Yeah, we got to rename that.
Yeah.
That's for file sharing with your team. So I know that's, many, like some of you who have kind of like large teams, whether they're, like a royalty team or a real estate team or a whatever team, right? Some other, maybe network marketing company team. The problem that we are trying to kind of help solve is how does a team share files? And the solutions that are out there in the world are kind of like, well, do we all have to get like Dropbox licenses for, you know, $5 a month per user, or are we going to try to like share files in a Facebook group where it's super disorganized and there's no version control and it's a mess? So our solution is you can upload and share an unlimited number of files with your team at no additional cost right here in our platform. And it's a little thing that we built that we don't really talk about, but it's pretty cool. And some people are using it like crazy, and it's great.
So Eddie, who's saying his emails go into spam, look, there's always, like Justin was saying, we want to help you. Go into customer service and get help with your specific account.
Adelita Gomez is lost in all of this. Hey, that's cool. I understand. Like, by the way, this is not meant to be like training, right? This is sort of like an open Q&A where we do get a lot of our, you know, like oldest, most, you know, sophisticated power users asking some pretty, you know, some pretty detailed questions. So please don't be intimidated by this. Like we get pretty deep here on some features and some, like, you know, nuance and idiosyncrasies of the platform. But this is not meant to be training. We have an amazing training program where we can introduce this to you the right way, right? Like in a step-by-step fashion. Please go to your account. There's a support button in the bottom right corner. Click that button, click video chat, and talk to, you know, one of our amazing, super friendly support people live. Okay, so I just don't want anyone to think that this is like this isn't training. This is just like a friendly chat, Q&A, right?
All right, yes, for everyone, for everyone that missed it, we extended the 100% commissions through the 20th. We did extend the 100% commissions through the 20th. All right. I think that's the questions for today. We're going to end here, but we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on Facebook, where you can get your questions answered. Thank you all for being here. Extended January promo until the 20th. Super excited.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.